Summer is in full swing. Traveling can get tough and gas prices can skyrocket. So when is the best time to travel to avoid traffic? And how can you save money at the pump? We spoke to AAA's Director of Public Affairs for advice.
The three most important things that drivers can do to save money on gasoline are, number one, knowing and shopping the low end of the price range at the pump, buying regular gasoline if that's all their car requires, and finally, treating their car as a bus making stops along the way as opposed to being a taxi and making a run out to every single destination. Those are the best ways to save money. Another important thing that people can do involves their driving behavior, and that is simply slow down. For every 5 miles an hour over 65 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour that people travel, their fuel efficiency decreases exponentially. It's really striking to see the impact that slowing down can have. So if you curb your speed, if you keep your speed at 60 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour, you'll not only be safer on the road, you'll be far more fuel efficient as well.
Expensive gas isn't the only thing we worry about during the summer months. Traffic can also be an issue. So how do you avoid it?
You don't want to travel during peak vacation times, such as the 4th of July. So you want to try to leave early. I think leaving early always makes sense, getting the jump on other drivers. There are many families who have to pack the car, they've got to get all the kids together. That takes time. So if you can get an early start, that always makes a difference. That being said, it's also wise to avoid peak rush hour time. So you don't want to be leaving Boston or driving through Boston at 7 or 8 a.m. because that's the time when commuters are also out there clogging the roadways.
Mary also encourages travelers to use technology to their advantage.
There's so many great tools out there that you can avail yourself of today in terms of travel apps, whether it's a phone app, whether it's looking at the MassDOT website to see where construction is, bridge closures, all of those kinds of things, or a tool such as Traffic on the Threes, a great tool for people traveling in Boston because they can get a traffic update on the threes, many times during the hour. So it's a great way to stay current.
There are a couple of things to do that travelers may not realize before they hit the road.
It's important to also make sure that your car is in good shape before you head out on a summer journey, and that means topping off all your fluids, changing your oil, making sure your battery's in good shape. Summer heat can actually drain your battery almost as much as winter cold, and many drivers don't realize that. Also make sure, especially if your college students are traveling, that you have not only a cell phone but a cell phone charger. A lot of people travel with a cell phone that's ready to die or dying, and so if you need to call for an emergency, you need to have that charger with you to make sure that you can replenish your cell phone and make that emergency call if need be. So make sure your car's in good shape, make sure that your cell phone is fully charged, travel with a charger, and it's most important to get to your destination safely, and that means buckling up, wearing your seatbelt every trip, every time.
Although the average price of gas is currently $3.67, this is not keeping people off the roads.
What we have noticed is an increase in travel, in particular travel by car. Gasoline prices are still high, but they are trending down right now, so that tends to spur more travel. It's still a very reasonable proposition to put your family in a car and drive, even though gasoline prices are high. The fact that they're trending downward now spurs more day trips. It makes people feel that travel by car is a more reasonable proposition, and about 85% of all of those who will be traveling this summer will be traveling by car.